Hello everyone, welcome to today's video on understanding manipulation. Now, to be clear, the goal here is education, not endorsement. We will be objectively exploring some tactics that unfortunately can be used unethically to control or exploit others. However, by shedding light on these approaches from a psychological perspective, we can empower ourselves with knowledge and stay vigilant against their misuse. Remember, true influence comes from building trust and inspiring people ethically. But understanding manipulation helps us act with wisdom. All right, let's dive in, starting with number 1. Make sure you stick around for all 19 as many build on each other. Tactic 1. Foot in the door, small agreements first to establish compliance. People are then more likely to agree to larger requests seen as consistent with their prior commitment. Robert Cialdini's classic "Will you answer a brief survey" study demonstrated this incrementally escalating technique. Tactic 2. Door in the face. The reverse, make an extreme request first that will likely be rejected, then follow with your actual target ask, which now seems reasonable by comparison. The other party feels like they are getting a concession from you. Tactic 3. Lowballing, someone to agree to something based on extremely favorable terms, then switch to less favorable ones after they are committed. Things like teaser rates on loans followed by ballooning payments. Unethical bait and switch sales tactics. Tactic 4. Social proof. People are more likely to take actions they see others taking or approve of. Laugh tracks on sitcoms work due to social proof. Testimonials and influencers also leverage the power of consensus to sell to followers desperate to fit. All right, that's 4 down, 16 to go. Let's take a quick 1-minute break here before diving into more. Tactic 5. Authority. We defer instinctively to authority figures, seen as subject matter experts. Mimicking authority through clothing, credentials, acting superior can exploit this tendency. Scams pretend to be officials to mislead vulnerable people into obedience. Tactic 6. Scarcity. We value opportunities and items more when availability seems limited. Buzz around sold-out concerts, sign-ups closing soon, limited time offers all play upon our fear of missing out on scarce resources. Artificial scarcity exploits this bias. Tactic 7. Decoy effect. Introducing an extra, less attractive option makes a target option seem more enticing by comparison. Used heavily in pricing, marketing. Upsells, one deal versus another deal, slight upgrade. Decoy steers choice. Tactic 8. Trojan horse. Hide an ulterior motive within a more acceptable surface-level request. Getting compliance with something harmless initially often reduces skepticism of the endgame agenda. A form of bait and switch deception. Tactic 9. Flattery. We have positive feelings towards those who praise and ingratiate themselves to us. Manipulators leverage this to lower defenses before making requests. Narcissists use charm offensively to get what they want out of victims. Tactic 10. Mirroring, matching body language, speech patterns, interests, etc. creates a subconscious kinship and bonding. We like people like us. Political candidates mirror voters. The chameleon effect and mimicry build rapport quickly, but sometimes superficially. Tactic 11. Distraction. Diverting attention away from ulterior motives allows sleight of hand deception. Magicians excel obviously, but it can be used unethically to sneak agendas through while focus is directed elsewhere. Corporate PR relies heavily on distraction. Tactic 12. Wearing down. Repeated requests eventually exhaust the other party into agreeing just to end the badgering. Kids asking for toys over and over leverage the wearing down technique. It capitalizes on draining mental resources. Tactic 13. Regression. Encouraging childlike dependent signals. The manipulator is in control. Abusers often infantilize victims as a power play, using baby talk, treating adults like children. Very common in cult indoctrination tactics. Tactic 14. Sunk cost fallacy. The more we invest in something, the harder it is to abandon it and admit our investment was wasted. Manipulators leverage this by escalating commitments bit by bit. Harder to walk away the more you've put in. Tactic 15. Love bombing. Flooding someone with praise, gifts, Gestures of intense love and admiration can fast-track bonding and dependence. Cult recruitment relies heavily on love bombing. When starved for attention, we often overlook red flags initially. Tactic 16. Gaslighting, denying reality, facts, or events to destabilize victims and undermine their trust in their own judgment and sanity. A profoundly insidious form of psychological abuse and control. Examples could include blatant lying about past events or denying promises were made. Tactic 17. Feigning ignorance, harmlessness. Manipulators pretend they aren't fully aware of the impact of their actions. Feigned innocence excuses away harms they cause by making it seem unintentional, a tactic to avoid culpability. Tactic 18. Playing the victim, spinning situations around to make the manipulator seem like the injured party unjustly under attack. Distracts from harms they've caused. Sympathy and guilt often compel victims to protect rather than expose the manipulator. And finally, tactic number 19. Tactic 19. Intermittent reward. Rewarding desired behavior inconsistently and unpredictably strengthens the response seeking it. The uncertainty keeps victims invested. This is why gambling addicts persist. The occasional reward reinforcement is potent. We made it. Thank you so much for sticking through all 19 of those manipulation tactics with me today. Let me know in the comments which you think are most important for people to be aware of. Knowledge is power and your time is greatly appreciated. Please use this video only for good. In summary, being aware of manipulation and psychological influence tactics allows us to spot their use and resist being controlled or exploited. But true change comes from replacing fear with love. So move forward applying what you've learned here ethically and compassionately. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it so others can benefit from becoming more vigilant against manipulation. Together, we can make the world a little bit wiser. Until next time, take care